Well, it's time now for a check of what's trending online, and Deeptika Laurent joins me here in the studio. Good evening to you, Deeptika. Let's start, shall we, by a story that's in our main news headlines at the moment, the evacuation of thousands of migrants from the Stalingrad metro station. Tell us more about what's being said online.
Well, there have been a lot of angry reactions on Twitter, Tom. Let's start with this user and a lot of photos being posted as well. Cops remove migrants at dawn from Paris. You see the police there forcibly removing the migrants. Another user says, packing up homes and wondering where to sleep tonight. Another photo. A lot of questions about where these migrants will go. We know that roughly 4,000 migrants were evacuated and they're being boarded on buses and taken to refugee centers and gymnasiums. I'd also like to show you this cartoon, a very acerbic cartoon from Alan Barth, calling 2017 the year of the reconversion for the Socialist Party, reconversion into removalists. And you see Manuel Valls there as a removalist telling this woman, oh, I know exactly how to do my job. Last year I moved out 10,000 migrants exactly like this. And you see his guys in the background tossing chairs out, the window on fire, a real statement on the carelessness of the operation.
Okay, so mixed opinions there. Let's move on now to another story you've picked out for us, an investigation by BuzzFeed into pro-Trump websites in Macedonia, which are apparently generating quite big money.
That's right. It's a story that would certainly appeal to Donald Trump's entrepreneurship. A whole group of young techies have found a way to make fast and easy cash using the Trump name. BuzzFeed has identified more than 100 pro-Trump websites registered in a Macedonian town. Locals there have created American-sounding websites like worldpoliticus.com or trumpvision365.com. And the idea is to aggressively produce pro-Trump content aimed at conservatives in the U.S. The problem is a lot of these stories are actually made up or plagiarized from elsewhere. The idea is to generate a buzz on Facebook and then rake in the money through the number of clicks that they get. Just to give you an idea, some of these kids are making $5,000 a month, others $3,000 a day.
Goodness me, a lot of money to be made in that, more than real journalism, in fact. Okay, what sort of fake stories are we talking about here?
Well, BuzzFeed actually reports that some of the most successful posts have been fake stories, like this one here from conservativestate.com. Allegedly, Hillary Clinton said that in 2013 that she supported a Trump nomination for office because people like him are honest and cannot be bought. This is completely false, but it still garnered nearly 500,000 shares, reactions, and comments on Facebook. Other stories include the Pope endorsing Donald Trump, and also another false claim that Trump's running mate Mike Pence called Michelle Obama the most vulgar first lady the U.S. has ever had. All these stories are false, but they've gone viral and are making a lot of money for these young techies.
Okay, so they're getting in the way of the democratic process in quite a major way there. And another story keeps us in the United States, well, the focus on the United States, because Harvard has a men's soccer team which has been banned because of comments of a sexual nature that the players have been making about the women's team. What's going on here?
Well, the Harvard Crimson, that's a student paper there, they broke this story. And it appears that it's sort of a sordid yearly tradition in which the men's soccer team have been producing what they call a scout report, in which they rank their female recruits by looks, sex appeal, things like that. This document is then circulated online and until recently could actually be found through a Google search. So Harvard authorities have discovered the document, and as a result, they've decided to take very swift, strong action, canceling essentially the men's team's soccer season. This despite them being at the top of their rankings. And as you can imagine, the reactions have really ranged quite differently. The soccer coach himself said he was disappointed, but he respected the decision, while other students are cheering on this decision, saying the school needs to set an example that this type of behavior is just not tolerable, congratulating Harvard authorities for canceling the soccer season. There's also been this user here saying, well done for taking action against vile, juvenile, unacceptable behavior. And this user has a tongue-in-cheek response saying, what's the big deal? It's just locker room talk. Our potential new president told me so.
Yeah, well, it actually, in this case, is closer to locker room talk because at least they use locker rooms, I suppose. Now, let's move to Morocco because two adolescent girls are facing 3 years in prison in the country of Morocco for apparently kissing each other. What's this about?
Well, it's a pretty sad story. These teenagers, 2 girls, they shared a kiss and a hug on a Marrakesh rooftop. A photo of these actions were taken by the cousin of one of the girls and sent to the mother of one of the girls. The mother, in turn, sent it to the police. And now the teenagers, the teenagers were arrested. They were detained, and now they're facing up to 3 years in prison. Morocco, of course, being a country where homosexuality is considered a criminal act. And in fact, the Washington Post reports that they were detained in an adult prison for 3 days. Their trial has now been postponed until the end of the month, but it has spurred a very angry, ferocious reaction on Twitter. A lot of people reposting this photo, written in Arabic there, free the girls, hashtag free the girls. It's all pretty ironic considering that the Moroccan king he said he would pay the legal expenses in another trial. That trial is that of Moroccan singer Saad Lamjarad, who has been accused of raping a 20-year-old girl in Paris. He's currently imprisoned in France, and a lot of people making the analogy between the two cases.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Deeptika Laurent, with this evening's edition of Media Watch.